I would like to start to show you what our outline is for today. So I think maybe you missed last week's talk. That's why I just wanted to say a few sentences what Pollux is before we show it live. So we are part of the DFG program, Specialized Information Services, where are about 40 other specialized information services. One other, for example, is our sister project, SuUB, which David presented last week to you, or in this Meet the Expert. Pollux is funded by the DFG since 2016, and now we are in the second funding period, and we submitted a follow-up application last year in September, and the DFG is trying to find out how the program can be funded permanently. So that's a little bit the outlook. The goal is to provide researchers with fast and direct access to special literature and research-specific information, and the main focus lies on the interests of the research community. Yeah, what are we doing to keep the interests and the special needs of the political science researchers and focus on the one hand, and to design helpful services for fast and direct access to special literature and research-specific information on the other. So we have an advisory board, and we cooperate with the two political science societies, GPSA and DGFP. We also have great partnerships with Datorium and Quali Service for research data, and with SSOAR and Open Access Network for our open access services. And we cooperate and interact with other specialized information services, for example, with our sister project, SuUB. So we are a bit different to SuUB because our main service is the search system, which went online in 2018. And nowadays it has around 8 million references. And with that, Pollux is the central portal for literature and research tools for political science in Germany. It contains political science books, articles from journals and collective works in electronic and also printed form, from many libraries, databases, and open access, as well as research data repositories. The individual titles are either directly available electronically with one click, or they are listed with the reference to the owning libraries, which will show you Wolf in a few minutes. Before that, I will tell you shortly who can use Pollux. The literature search is free of charge for everybody, and just to search, you don't have to be registered. But if you would like to save your searches and so on, you need a standard user account, maybe for students or some other, and with an account for political researchers, you can use all our services. For example, also the direct access to licensed literature. So to get a political researcher account, you have to be political researcher in Germany, or you have to be member of one of the political science societies. Yeah, before starting the search, it's important to be logged in to your VPN and also to Pollux, because if you are not logged in, you get limited results. So this is important before you start search. And now I would like to hand over to Wolf, which will show Pollux in a short live demo.
Hello, I want to give a short introduction and a walkthrough through the basic functionality of our portal. So the main focus is search. So for example, if you search for party manifestos, you got not only literature, but also data sets as a result list. And the key of our portal is to give an overview of how do you get access to the publications. For this, we have different possibilities. The first one is the publication is open access. Then, of course, you have a direct link to the publication, which you can directly use. If it is a book, you can also get it via a service called Subito. And a special functionality is if you are logged via VPN, and this is why Regina said it before, if you are logged into your institutional VPN, we are able to say if a specific publication is available through the licenses of an institution. For example, here I'm logged into our VPN for the GESIS Leibniz Institute for the Social Sciences, and here it shows, okay, via your institution, you have direct access to this publication. Another possibility where you need to be registered as a political researcher is that you have full access via licenses paid by Pollux directly. So we license a bunch of publications, and as a political scientist, logged in as a political scientist, you have direct access to those publications. And the third option is to show the availability of a book. There we check in which library institution the corresponding record or publication is available. Lastly, I want to show you how to store a search. This is called in our system alert from search. So if you, for example, search for data sets related to the search query party manifestos, you can directly create an alert out of this search, or even reduce with this faceting functionality the search again, and then save it. And if a new entry matches the search criteria, you will be informed in the system. And if you want to, you can even be informed via email weekly or monthly for all your created alerts. And the last point I want to show in our system is the functionality of directly ingest your publication as open access into the GESIS service social SSOAR. So if you registered and logged in our service, then you can click on secondary publication. You get an overview what it is. The basic idea is to have a second publication for your already published publication. And the benefit of this service is that all publications which are included already in Pollux and where we know the metadata can be directly selected for an open access publication. secondary publication. So for example, here, based on my username, articles are found in the system, and I can click on the button archive and then directly upload a PDF and start going through the process of submitting into SSOAR directly.
Yeah, beside the secondary publication service on SSOAR via Pollux, we have more services concerning open access. So what we do in case of open access transformation is, yeah, we started different types of open access transformation projects, and I just want to give you two small examples. We flipped the journal Totalitarianism and Democracy from the Hannah Arendt Institute for Totalitarianism Studies to open access. And since 2019, we sponsor the Open Library for Political Science from the publisher Transcript via crowdfunding. Yeah, and in this year, we are planning to propose funding, a DFG funding in the program Infrastructures for Scientific Publishing to get more journals and books transformed to open access. And yeah, if you know about a journal that should be flipped, or if you have one that should be flipped to open access, you can contact us. So we can still consider these wishes in the DFG application. What we also do is providing a technical infrastructure for the management of peer-reviewed academic open access journals, OJS. So also in this case, you can contact us if you're looking for a disciplinary publishing platform for your open access journal. Yeah, and next week on Wednesday, we will hold a workshop on open access for political scientists in cooperation with the BMBF funded project Open Access Network. And for more information, Wolf will post the link into the chat right now. So you can register there and get more information about what we will talking about there. So beside this workshop, we plan to prepare a workshop on research data management, maybe this year or in the beginning of 2003, in cooperation with our partners, Datorium and QualiService. Okay, that's for the moment on open access. Now, I will pass over to Wolf again, who will tell you something about text as data.
Yes, this is the second part of our talk today. So in topic which is in the one of the main focus of our next project period, which is not already decided to be funded, but we are looking forward to get this funding at the mid of 2022. And the main idea is that text, which is a key element of political science research from the, I think, from the beginning of political research at all, the role of this specific data type is changing over the last years. So not only in the emergence of new data types, like, for example, social media content or bigger amounts of news data as a research object. There are also the methods of handling bigger data and data as text as data are changing. So to handle this change in research, we concentrate on 3 points. One is the findability of those objects, then services around text as data, and as a third point, this sharing. And it's not like we start from the scratch on this topic. So what we already do, I want to show in this slide. For example, you are already able to search for textual resources in Pollux. It's labeled as research data, as I showed you in the walkthrough through this system. Concerning the services, we have licenses, for example, a news database called Factiva, where you are able to use Factiva as a registered political scientist and get an overview over press releases, which is available from the biggest also German newspapers, but also international newspapers. And concerning sharing, we are cooperating with SuUB Datorium, where you're also able to publish your text data and make it reusable for the sciences, for the other researchers. In future, we want to make our system even better concerning this text as data type. So we want to introduce a dedicated item type called text resource. So then you can directly search for text as a data type. And we want to introduce a prototype where you are able to search in dedicated bigger text corpora to be able to decide if text corpora is relevant for your research question, and maybe if we get it. We want to introduce a functionality where you are also able to download specific subcorpora of those corporas which are indexed in our system. This will happen in collaboration with the Friedrich Ebert Stiftung, which they have had a project called Press Releases of Political Parties, where they crawled a huge amount of press releases from parties from various countries. And for this project, we want to start the prototype of enhancing text resource search engine with full text indexing of corpora. And of course, we want to not to reinvent everything. And there's also there were also some related projects concentrating on text corpora. To mention first are contexts out of the NFBI context, and on the other hand, former Clarin, sorry for the typo, Clarin D projects. And another project I want to mention here is the EU project OPTED, which stands for Observatory for Political Text in European Democracies, and collects information about available related text documents to which could be handled as text resources. And of course, in cooperation with GESIS, we work on integrating information about the digital behavioral data, for example, tweet corpora, and other projects. The services, of course, we are open to on-demand extensions of licensed resources. So if you as a researcher want to get access to a specific database, you are free to contact us, and we then try to manage to get license for your research project, or if it's possible and makes sense, to give access for the whole researcher community in the political science via our portal. And concerning sharing, I would say that the collaboration with our partners and our programs of workshops, etc., will continue for this topic. So to recap our whole talk, we can say that Pollux offers literature and research tools for political scientists, and we are supporting open access and research data management, and especially the transformation to open access. And concerning the topic of text as data, we are already giving discoverability of research data, including text resources in our system. We have special accesses to a news database, which is called Factiva, and we are open for new licensed text resources. And in future, Pollux plans to support text as data even more.